Hey guys, so we have been getting questions about how we met, and we were going to do a video, but we went back and watched the original video we did 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
And honestly, the story hasn't changed much.
Well, it has. How could it change?
So we thought it would be a lot of fun for you guys to see that video, and that's our story.
To hear our story and to see us 8 years ago.
It was really fun. It was
pre-braces. It was like me at 120 something pounds.
Yes.
It was like you with your little tie on when you were in corporate world, you know. It was super cute.
Yeah, so y'all check it out. It was interesting, but that's how we met. That's the story, and we felt like we didn't really want to remake it because it was like.
Well, why? We're just gonna be telling the same story.
It's the exact same.
Yeah, it
story.
may sound a little bit differently just because of the way that we speak and just the way that we, describe things. Because
Right.
there were certain points where I'm like, I would never
say that.
Just be like that.
But it was great. I think you guys enjoy it. Let us know.
Enjoy our story and then enjoy the 8 years ago us.
And we want to see y'all stories in the comments too. So y'all let us know. We'll watch it later. Peace.
Hey guys, it's Alicia.
And Kelly.
And today we're going to do a quick video. We've been getting questions about how did we meet? Was it love at first sight? How did we fall in love and all that fairy tale stuff? It definitely wasn't love at first sight. And we met working together. Eventually he was my manager, supervisor, and I really didn't like him much.
Well, I want to tell mine because I think it relates to a lot of people out there that are looking for the one. And I honestly, for me, what happened basically, I had been through a lot of bad situations, and I really got the feeling that I was picking people in relationships for the wrong reasons. So I actually made the decision to abstain from sex and relationships for an entire year. Okay, the purpose of that fast was because I wanted to meet my wife. So a year comes, almost a year to the date, and I meet Alicia James. Now, like she said, this was not love at first sight. And let me tell you, when I met Alicia, my mind process was, oh, she's cute. I mean, she's really nice. I like her. She's fun, So I'm like, well, this obviously can't be my wife.
Wait a minute, you make me sound like some kind of like...
No, wait, let me explain. Let me tell you why I didn't think she was my wife. Because before, I was like, only wanted to date these beautiful model-looking women, right? And when I did my fast, one of the things I prayed about, I said, look, I want to meet somebody because they're a good person, not because they're attractive, not because, they look a certain way, their body, I mean, none of that. I just want to meet somebody that's good to me, that'll treat me right. So when I saw Alicia, she didn't fit the description because she was attractive. She was very attractive. I'm like, well, that can't be my wife. I was like, well, she'd be fun. I think she would be fun to hang out with and date. Let me do an eyebrow. You're giving away too much information. Okay, so so like, okay, well, let me just try. And and I was the kind of guy like, look, if I want somebody, we're gonna go out. So I think I asked her for her number, and we started hanging out. And long story short, it was not love at first sight. We liked each other. It was like, oh, she's cute. She probably thought I was, attractive at some point. I'm sure she'll tell her part of the story. And, we just kind of, I don't know. It just all of a sudden clicked to me one day like, dummy, duh, she's there. That's her. And I'm like, no, it can't be her. If people are asking, how do we meet to, I guess, we met at work. It was just, I don't know, it wasn't, sometimes people say, well, I was looking in the grocery store and I met this girl, it just didn't happen that way. I mean, I think we were both working on ourselves at the time, and it just kind of came together.
I think that we just became great friends. We became great friends, and with that, we fell in love And I think that's important, is being great friends. And I think that's why we're able to have the relationship we have now. We're like best friends, pretty much. And we were best friends before we even got really serious. So.
And that was one of the things in the beginning of the relationship that was very important to us. I mean, we didn't. One of the rules that I had set, even during my fast, was when I was in a relationship, I didn't want to set a boundary to say, okay, well, we're in a relationship, and you can't talk to nobody, you can't date nobody, because that's just how we grew up, in the African American community. Is when you with somebody, when y'all are dating, it might as well be a marriage. And I really wanted to learn how to date. Because, dating is like y'all hanging out, y'all having a good time, y'all learning each other before you make a strong commitment. So that's kind of how me and Alicia started out. We were just kind of dating. And, we allowed each other to fall in love. It wasn't like, you my girl and you can't talk to nobody else. I really was like, hey, we're not going to put those boundaries on each other. And we just wanted to be together. It wasn't like, you have to be together because you're in this relationship. We wanted to be around each other and we wanted to be together. So it just kind of worked. And then eventually love came in there somewhere. And it was like, oh, we are in love. Like, where'd that come from? This is supposed to be fun. It was a great experience, though, because it was everything, I had stopped looking for certain things and I just wanted to work on myself and let it happen, and it did. So now I guess you could tell it from your
I think we're the perfect match because we're completely opposite. When I initially met him, honestly, I didn't think twice about him. I was really young. Mentally, I was young, and I had a lot of other stuff going on. So I was at the point, in a way, where I was trying to get my life together, and I was wanting a serious relationship, but I had to get rid of a lot of other baggage also. So initially, I wasn't just really paying that much attention to him until a lot of I thought he was cute, and my best friend and other girls would be having conversations about him, and I was just like, what is the big deal about this guy? Like, I just wasn't impressed, and we started doing little things together at work. And then one day he, surprised me and asked me for my number. And I told this story at my wedding because no one had ever just, approached me like that. It caught me off guard. And he was just like, we were sitting across the table in the lunchroom, and he was just like, so have you ever heard of a missed opportunity? And I'm like looking at him like, what is this guy talking about? Like, what is he talking about? And I was like, what? Have you ever heard of a missed opportunity? And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He said, well, I just had your phone in my hand and I was trying to program my number in it, but I didn't know how to work it. So I'm like, yeah, he said, so can I have your number? I'm like, what the crap? I'm like, well, sure. But I thought it was the cutest thing. So after that, I started kind of liking him, but he was just very, the thing about my husband that I love, and, a lot of people will tell you this about him. He's a great person, but he's very intelligent, too intelligent sometimes. He's very intelligent, and people hold him up to here. That's Kelly, and he just had this cockiness about him. So I just could not go out like that. And he would just start telling me how, like, naming dates that me and him was going to be together. And I'm like, no one controls me.
I was like, by January, we're going to go out. And, and she laughed about it. It was all game.
It was all game. It was fun, but I was just like, who are you? So initially, it took me a while to like really warm up to him. It wasn't love at first sight. We did eventually become really good friends. And, honestly, I can't say exactly the moment when I fell in love with him because it was just a friendship that it just happened, and we let it happen, and there was no planning behind it. It just happened, and it was just a perfect mix and the perfect match. And I guess I'll keep him forever. He can stay. Wow. You can stay.
So we don't like to get too much into advice, but I will say that the main thing that I just want to say that I believe worked for us is that we weren't, or at least for me, I wasn't looking for love, and I was really focused on myself. And at that time, that's when I was able to find it.
Yeah.
You know, so people say that all the time, but it's really true. You know, if you focus on yourself and be open to a relationship, you know, then, you know, love will find you. I want to see, how did y'all meet? Like, put in the comments.
Or you can
send
do
us
a video response.
How did y'all meet? You
I
know,
wanna
did y'all
know how-
meet at Burger King? You know, some
McDonald's.
people.
If you met at the club, don't even lie. Don't even lie. Don't.
Some of y'all
If you
met at church. You know,
at Church's Chicken.